My name is Rick Butler. I was a football coach for 27 years at the high school and college football levels, all in the state of Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama. In 2007, when I was still living in my home state of Tennessee, on August 11th, it was a hot, regular Tennessee afternoon, around noon. I was driving on an interstate bypass between another town and my home. When the tire exploded, I could hear it in my left ear. It violently hit, made me, jolt left, and then I overcorrected right. I actually rolled, not end over end, but side over side. The witness behind me later told me 3.5 to 5.5 times. And my shoes and the violence of the impact had been blown off, and I wasn't wearing socks on a hot day, and I watched one of my toes move one time and it quit moving. Stopped the whole interstate, put me on the life flight chopper, and took me to a great trauma unit at Vanderbilt University in Nashville, Tennessee. Being frank, and it's something I could feel. I was paralyzed from the belly button, from my belly button to my big toe. I had no movement. When they got out of surgery, they told me I was in there for 6.5 hours to put all the hardware in. As the weeks went on in the rehab hospital, my dad, again, who lived about an hour and a half away one way, would come to the hospital every day. And he would say, "I'm coming here to work you out." He'd do stretches with my legs, and still I had nothing from the belly button to the tips of my toes, being paralyzed. And my pastors at the time in the Murfreesboro, Nashville area came to visit me one day, and my dad was there. And these men began to pray over me and speak life over me. And they were just men of fervent prayer. About almost 6 weeks into the whole ordeal, after August 11th, doctor came in and said, "I want you to do a leg push-up." And I said, "How do I do that?" And he said, "Just push your leg." And I gritted my teeth, closed my eyes, and I pushed. Pushing on air, essentially. And I looked up, and he had a big smile on his face. And I said, "What?" He said, "Your leg trembled, your right leg trembled." And I said, "Well, what's that mean?" It trembled. I didn't really feel it. He said, "Well, when you pushed, it trembled." And I said, "Again, what's that mean?" He said, "You're coming back." And from my right hip to my right toe, day by day, after about that 6th week, I started to recover strength in my right leg. I was healed to the point where I was able to get up out of that hospital and walk out and accompany my son across the football field, and I was able to walk. I was not completely healed because of lingering paralysis that will be with me for the rest of my life, still in my left leg, and it's caused me, still here in 2016, to have a severe limp. And so you look and you go, well, that's not complete healing. What he did was much more powerful than that. He healed my heart. He strengthened my faith. He utilized my situation to be able to speak to other people, to speak into other people's lives. I sometimes hobble down the street and somebody says, "Hey, what happened to you? I'm just curious." And it is able to open a door that is a natural door to be able to tell them what my story is, what my testimony is, and how God worked in my life for healing. Because what I was given in a much, much deeper, richer way was a healing in my heart. And for that, it's been a blessing. What some people would look, well, that was a curse. It's been a blessing. And that's been a blessing through the power of prayer, power of faith, and the power of God's Word.